Brian Lara, Yuvraj Singh, Chris Gale, and now you can add Vaibhav Suryavanshi to that list as left-handed batsman hard hitter, hit 175 runs in the final between India and England so that India could clinch the under-19 ICC World Cup in Zimbabwe. What an absolute fantastic feat. Me, Rohit and Amit are going to dissect that final as a proud moment for India's cricket team. Welcome back to Two Halves and Two Innings Cricket Podcast. I'm here joined by Amit and Rohit, three Desi Indian fans, under 19s team, if you've not been aware, have been playing in Zimbabwe, and the World Cup final was played out between India and England. And what a game. 411, and I repeat, 411 for 9 India made. And a certain star boy, our boy Suryavanshi, scored 175. Rohit, initial reaction to that mammoth total that India scored?
Brilliant. I could not believe him. I wasn't watching. I was at work when Amin said 411. Oh my God. I said, what? 411? I had to think, my switch, my mind switch turned on. I thought, must be Vaibhav Suryavanshi. He must have scored some big run. Then I looked at Cricket Info and said, 175. Oh my God. I think Indians love 175. From Kapil Dev to now 14, 15-year-old Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Oh my gosh. Then I watched the highlights of his innings during the midway break, and what an innings he played. What an innings. 15-4, 15 sixes, 150 runs he scored out of 175 in bloody boundaries. Oh, Chakde Mundia, you done fantastic well. Well done, mate.
I think if he has to go to school tomorrow, I think his teacher will be asking him about fractions and being like, okay, babe, what percentage of your score was done in boundaries? But like you said, exactly 150, 15 boundaries from 4s and 6s. The Indian team themselves actually did 26s. So he hit 15 out of 26s. That was amazing. I think they posted around about 278 or 280 runs just in the middle overs. This is like how professional men's senior teams in total 50 over score is, like 280 odd or even less than that. And India under 19s have scored 419. Amit, proud moment for all of India. And certainly, watching that, do you feel that there is a scope of optimism for the future of Indian cricket?
Yeah, I mean, well, why wouldn't you be optimistic? I mean, we're doing injustice to the rest of the 10 players because obviously they all played a part. But I mean, for a 14-year-old young man to get what he got in a final,
that's the headlines, though. The headlines are all about him, though.
I mean, his star was already very high. It's just amazing how far he'll go. And I think the interesting thing is actually, I read someone saying probably a lot of these under 19 players could actually probably get into the claim to have a place in the T20 squad. I know this is a 50 over game, but it's T20 squad. Why couldn't they? I mean, it's not going to happen, but that's how well they're playing with maturity, I think, and that's the key. And it wasn't. Roy was getting a bit nervous. I mean, he made a point that he felt 100 runs wasn't comfortable, and I couldn't start laughing at that. I mean,
no. I mean, you guys did. I watched the second innings, England bat. I watched the whole.
You did say
I watched it, and they were fantastic. If they didn't lose those 3 wickets in the middle over, they could have won easily because the batting was so easy. They were scoring 15 runs easily every over, basically. And the couple of batters, Ryu and the captain, I mean, fantastic shots. I mean, I can't believe the new generation coming up who scores 4s and 6s with so much ease. Well, old generation were thinking, even if we hit 5, 6, 4, that'll be enough. This generation, every over 4s and 6s, they only think about. They don't think about 1s and 2s anymore.
So is that the influence of T20 though?
Of course, T20, the new role models, they see these role models, they're scoring 5, 4s and 6s. So this is what is going to happen. Earlier, their role models were Suryavanshi, Sachin Tendulkar, right? Or Jeffrey Barker or Grove or David Gower, and all those if you talk about English players as well, right? And then now, Ian Thorpe and then now they see Harry Brook, who even test matches scoring 4s and 6s like fun. So that's it. It's going to happen. The new generation is going to be like that. we have to now. I think it'll be 50 overs game. 400 will be the norm.
That's true. It's true, definitely. The big question is now, even like the likes of Ayush Matre and even Aaron George.
Aaron George was fantastic. I loved his.
They played fantastic in the semi-final against Afghanistan. He scored 100.
Yeah.
But you gotta kind of say, does Vaibhav Suryavanshi have a shout in the men's senior, white ball team at least? Could he fight his way into a place? Because we threw a risk when we played a young Sachin Tendulkar into sides, and I think this is a generational talent, which I'll put it out there. I think this kid deserves.
I think 2 years.
Be in a white
I'll
ball
give him
squad.
2 years. 16. He will be there in 16. 2 years.
I think it depends how he performs in IPL this year. If he has, because again, with due respect, I'm not saying he's not a special talent. He is, but he's at the moment he's playing against peers, so people of his own age. So it'll be interesting when he starts facing older cricketers.
He played last year. He scored a century as well in IPL.
I know he scored in IPL last year. I remember.
Smacked Mitchell Stark.
Yeah, he did. Again, it's that consistency, though, isn't it? Because the thing is, as we talked about football in our football podcast, Rohit, that teams will understand. They know he's no longer going to be a surprise package because people know how he's playing. So it's how bowlers will try and find his weaknesses or whatever. So it's about how he can adapt to the situation, and that's when we'll really be able to see, hopefully what an amazing talent he is. Do you understand what I'm trying to say there?
Yeah, even if he gets 50% of what Sachin did, that'd be a success, massive success.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we saw this with the likes of like Prithvi Shaw, who was kind of touted as the next Sachin. He was, but then I think maybe there was an injury, a lack of kind of maybe some discipline issues, and he put on a bit of weight.
Ajay,
he kind of So
John as well.
Yeah, so there's a cause for concern when you do build up young players, but you look at the environment now. You look at like the celebrity stars, you look at the dynamic, the dynamic game.
The money.
Now we're playing, with T20, with Test match, even Test matches, getting shorter. Test matches are becoming more exciting because there's probably lower scores or there's high scores or quick scores. You score like 300 runs in like 60, 70 overs or 80 overs now in some test matches. There could be a shout to say that Vaibhav is at the right time and he's not peaked yet, so he's still got a lot to learn. Maybe even throwing him into the test squad could maybe help him as a batter to develop some kind of patience as well or discipline in his game. So like I said, I feel like that could be something that they could look at too. Rohit, do you think that could you throw somebody like Vaibhav into a test match situation as well for India, like in a bilateral series or
not yet? I think not yet. He still needs to learn a little bit. He still needs to do some India A tours, I think, test matches and one day and T20 as well. I think definitely IPL will help him. Like it helped last year, it will help him. I'll give him one more year, maybe 15 and a half, 16. He can come into the Indian team. He still has lots to learn. And then, but don't forget Aaron George. Oh my God, they compared him, his shot, right? During the semi-final, total replica of Kohli.
The cover drive down.
Kohli. Straight drive. Oh my God. It looked exactly, felt like, Virat Kohli's Roo is in there, Atma is in there, Aaron George playing the same shot. It was so good. But we have talented, but like Ajay, you said, like when Rahul was there as a coach, when Shubman was there, Prithvi Shaw was there, great fast bowlers were there. They all just gone apart from Shubman. So we have to be very careful how we handle this kid.
Yeah, I mean, the likes of Virat Kohli came out champion in his 2008, I think it was, under 19s.
Yeah. So
Virat Kohli. So there is something in this competition, for the likes of England. England are going to look at this. And
Rude play.
The likes of they're going to look at the likes of Ben Dawkins and obviously Caleb Faulkner.
He was fantastic. Well. He scored his century.
He looked really good.
My God, he looked so good. That kid. Yeah.
And there's good bowling from like Minto, so he did really well as well, to be fair. So I think, this under 19s, it was a great, I was watching it kind of during my work.
But then two best teams reached the final. That was the good final. Two best teams reached the final. Yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit suspicious about Afghanistan under-19 players. I think some of them did look a little bit, let's just say, wise for their age, or maybe had a few forehead lines.
But that's what they say about Webber as well, right? He doesn't look like 14. He's older than 14.
I mean, he doesn't look like he's like 22 or 23. I mean, he's still got that kind of mustache, goal face, kind of like he's been losing power. But these guys must be having saga mukki roti for breakfast every day, because the way that they were hitting the sixes was good. But let's moving on from the under-19s. I mean, there's a big T20 World Cup literally around the corner. It is tomorrow. India are playing USA, first group game for them. And obviously the big news that has literally just come out from the Indian Cricket Board is that Harshit Rana has been unfortunately had to be dropped, I think, because of injury, and it looks like that the Mohammad Siraj is coming in. Now, what are your thoughts on that? Because I know you're a big Gotti fan, so you're a big Harshit Rana fan by default. How do you feel about that news?
What was this question for?
For you, Amit. Yeah, so Harshit Rana has been dropped. Siraj is coming in.
Well, he's not been. He's actually been pulled out from the squad. Yeah, I mean, he's had a lot of stick, the young man, but he's been playing okay. He's not set the world on fire, but he's been playing okay. So it's a shame for him, so close to the start of the World Cup. But all three of us, I think I can speak on our behalf that we love DSP Siraj. So it's good that he's coming in. And does that push Arshdeep further down the pecking order?
No, I don't think so. I was quite surprised Siraj was picked up, because the whole idea of Harshit was that he can bat at number 8. Right? This is why they wanted Harshit in the team, a bowler who can bat a bit. Now Siraj can't bat. So this is why I'm not sure what was the thought process of replacing him with Siraj. I thought it'll be kind of an all-rounder who can replace him. Maybe the spinning all-rounder, because we have fast bowlers. We have Hardik, we have Ashdeep, we have Bumrah, then Dubey can bowl it a bit. Pitch is not going to be fast bowling friendly pitches anyway in subcontinent, in Sri Lanka and India. So it's going to be spinning friendly wickets. So I don't see us playing like 3 fast bowlers, to be honest. So
I'm surprised.
Well, I'm surprised that Siraj was picked up. Yeah,
Sundar's injured as well, isn't he, from the squad?
Sundar, I think he played in the warm-up game, I think. If I remember correctly. Tilak came back, yeah.
Tilak did, yeah. So Tilak's back, which is good. But I think that the big question is going to be then, obviously, who's going to open? Is there like a, Sanju Samson and
came
Abhishek,
up with
is it going to be Ishan?
Ishan and Abhishek. That came up with the warm-up games. That's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's what you got to do now. That's it.
So does Sanju still make the team, or is he dropped?
No, he's still in the squad, but maybe he'll be dropped now because Tilak is back.
And then Ishan, wicketkeeper as well.
Yeah, Ishan, because he's been playing wicketkeeper whilst Sanju's been in the team as well for some games, even the warm-up games. So it'll be interesting, but it's a very, very dangerous-looking T20 squad for India. I think they're going to be posting 200s very easily. Maybe might even meet 300. But yeah, I mean, prediction quite quickly then, guys. Obviously, India versus USA. I think USA had a few immigration issues, I think, because half of their players are not even USA born. So, don't know if India denied any entries, but
is it like football with when Jack Charlton was a manager of Ireland? Like, if your grandmother's next door neighbour was Irish, then you can play for the Ireland. If you're born in England,
I think USA are only fielding 4 USA-born nationals on their team, so half of them are going to be Indian or Pakistani at heart anyway. So I think it'll be a comfortable win for India. I mean, what are you going to go for? What score do you think India can achieve against USA?
I mean, we're going to win. That's the most important thing. We need to respect the opponent, be critical and lethal in our execution with bat and ball, and on to the next one. And stay injury-free, and on to the next one.
Rohit, what would you like to see India do? Bat first or ball first? Or
I think the game is in Mumbai, so I'll definitely go for the bat second. I think in this.
So Wankhede.
Wankhede, and definitely go bat second, I think. But yes, it should be good, but should never take USA lightly. They beat Pakistan in the last World Cup, right? In T20, anyone can beat anyone on the day. So we have to be careful. But we are confident that we can win, definitely. We are informed.
Quickly on that point, Rohit, sorry to interrupt, Ajay. Dhoni, who I love, my man crush. Absolutely love him. You know, he said in India, by far the strongest team, but what scares him or what he's fearful of is the Jew factor in India. He
Yeah.
said, unfortunately, the Jew
Yeah.
factor plays has
Such a
such a
big.
big influence that you know
Yes.
you can't just. It's
Yeah.
not as easy as saying, "Oh, India are going to win." Well, it never
Yeah.
is anyway. But you know,
Yeah.
because of everything on paper. But
Yep.
you know, he said that has such a big effect.
I totally agree. I think this is why the most games should happen daytime, even the final, so that one team doesn't take full advantage of winning the toss, especially in the World Cup.
That's it, and that can make World Cups and
Yeah.
it can ruin World Cups,
World
especially for the
Cups.
finals. You know,
Yeah.
for a team
And semi-finals.
who've played amazing. India always play amazing for group stages, go in unbeaten and get into the final. And if they lose a toss, then that's it.
Yeah.
They lose that one game. But you're right. I think that was a good wrap up of India's under-19 victory World Cup. Congratulations again to Team India under-19s. And also, we're going to be looking at the ICC T20 World Cup and reviewing a few of the games as well. But that's me, Amit, and Rohit done. We stuck to 15 minutes, Rohit. See, your back's now going to feel a lot better now because we finished and wrapped up in time. So yeah, thank you again. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. We hope Netherlands can do the business as well, but you know what? It'll be fun either way to see. So let's hope for a great T20 World Cup. Right, guys, thank you so much. Take care.
Come on, India.
Jai Hind. Come on, India.
Come on.